Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, it is Tuesday morning. The sun is rising and it is early and I'm in the truck. I'm going to work. Woke up this morning feeling a little bit better. Still a little weak. Still getting rid of all this stuff in my chest. I'm coughing up a whole lot of stuff. But I'm definitely feeling better. My energy level's starting to come back a little bit. Still not going to push it too much. If I do end up getting tired and weak and stuff like that, I might end up, finishing the day from home, working remote. But I do believe I'll be able to finish today. Shouldn't be too crazy of a day. I have been able to keep up with most things working remote. There is a couple of things that I have to physically be there to do, to take care of, that I need to get took care of today. I got to switch some computers out and stuff and fix a couple of Wi-Fi issues, stuff like that. Nothing major. But I am glad. I am glad to feel some kind of normalness, I think it's called. Man, being stuck there on the mountain in the cabin sick for, what was it, 8-9 days? Something like that. Whew. Well, that'll take it out of you. You just need to get back to your routine. I'm a routine person. I like to kind of have a routine, have a schedule. As y'all know, I try to stay as organized as possible. So whenever you throw that off, it kind of messes up my whole equilibrium, you know what I mean? And it just makes everything feel off. So I'm happy to be back in the truck. I'm happy to be going to work. And I'm happy that I am finally, as y'all guys say, on the mends. Because I got a lot of stuff to do. And sitting there feeling like I'm getting behind on everything, but it messes with the mentals quite a bit. But I went through a lot of my paperwork and stuff last night that I've been needing to do since I moved here to Arkansas. I lived in 3 states in 10 months. And things tend to get unorganized when you do that much moving. And so all of my bills and, bank statements and, all that kind of stuff, birth certificates and all of that was kind of all over the place. And because I didn't really move with much furniture and stuff, so my normal filing system and stuff that I normally have was all out of whack. So I sat there last night and I went through everything. I organized everything. And I kind of found all my important documents and banking and, with all my vehicles and trailers and old properties and all that other stuff that I've had. Kind of got my life back organized a little bit on the paperwork side, which made me feel better. I needed that. I needed something to kind of get my mind off of just sitting there being sick. Something that wasn't real strenuous and stuff, but yet something where I could feel like I accomplished something. It's something I needed to do anyways. So while I was sitting there sick, it was a great time to do it. And there was a reason for that, because my birthday is Friday and I have to go get the truck registered in Arkansas. I have to get my trailer registered, my boat registered, all of my stuff. Go ahead and file for homestead exemption, all that kind of stuff here in Arkansas. So I needed to get all of my documentation. I needed my birth certificate, social security card, all that kind of stuff. So I needed to locate all of that, get it all organized, and, well, I accomplished that. So even though I've been down and sick, I've been, I guess, accomplishing that low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean? That way I still feel like I'm moving ahead and, being productive without actually straining the body. Margarita's coming over tonight. Her birthday is tomorrow. I probably won't get to see her tomorrow. I think she's going to be spending her birthday and stuff with her kids. And I don't want to interfere with that. I want that to be a special time with them. So I'm going to get to see her tonight. And I'm going to celebrate her birthday with her tonight. So I'm excited about that. Have a little life at the cabin besides myself. So it's going to be good. I did end up putting a video out on Come On Homesteading last night. A little vlog, bringing a little sexy to the cabin. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you go and check that out. it was a good little vlog. I had fun with it. I was able to accomplish a little bit at the cabin without pushing myself too hard. I'm not gonna lie though, even doing that little bit of stuff, I had to pace myself. Just going to town and getting the gas and doing the shopping and stuff to get the stuff. By the time I got home, I had to actually take like 2-3 hours of a break. I was sweating and just felt weak, so I stopped, took a break, waited for the evening. When the evening came, I went up there and hung up the bird feeders and all the stuff. The wind chimes, which I forgot to put the wind chimes in the video. I never filmed it. They was actually setting separate from where everything else was, and I didn't even realize I didn't install it. I felt like something was missing. And then I was like, oh yeah, the wind chimes. And so I hung those up when it was almost dark and I was already done filming. And I was already editing the video. So that's why they wasn't on there. I'll bring those probably in the next video. I'll show them because I didn't get a chance to show them. And y'all guys are very observant. Y'all seen them whenever I got them in the store or whatever. And everybody's like, where's the rooster wind chimes? So I'll definitely get those in a video so y'all can see where I hung those. But man, there's nothing like sitting there watching the birds in the morning. I was there this morning before the sun came up, as it was coming up a little bit. Just sitting there, having my morning drink, listening to the birds chirp, listening to nature wake up. Ooh, that sun is kicking this morning. Listening to nature wake up, and the wind was blowing a little bit, and I could hear those wind chimes in the distance and stuff, man. It was worth every penny to get that stuff, just to have that little zen area, you know, that little place to chill. And like I said in that last video, you know, buying stuff like that here and there, definitely don't overdo it all at one time, but buying stuff like that here and there to make your area better and more comfortable and nice is a good thing, because that has been my saving grace this week when I've been sick. If the cabin was all unorganized and there wasn't really no nice place to just sit and kind of relax besides in the cabin, man, I would have went crazy. I needed that early morning and late evening kind of space just to kind of get out the cabin, get some fresh air, and just take a breath and be out in nature. Or else I don't know if I'd have made it through 9 days of just sitting there. Because 9 days of just sitting there for me is like an eternity. But that was my saving grace, so I added to that a little bit. The outside of the cabin is just looking amazing, in my opinion. I was looking back at the videos of whenever I first moved to Arkansas like 3 months ago. You know, just kind of looking back and reminiscing of what it looked like and where I came in the 3 months. I think I was trying to just tell myself in my head, it's okay to take 9 days off. You've been busy. But anyways, I checked it out. And man, it truly has came a long ways. It went from an abandoned cabin to where it didn't look like anything you wanted to live in, to where it truly feels like a nice little comfortable little cabin in the woods. We still got a long ways to go. We got a lot of stuff to do, which brings me to my next point. Whew. I gotta do something about that. Wow, that is bright. I got 1 million comments with this last one because I showed how much I spend on gas to run the generators and for my truck and stuff about solar. Yes, I definitely want to go solar. The problem with solar is it's expensive. It's a lot of upfront cost, and I don't have the money right now for that upfront cost. I do want to go solar. I will go solar, but right now I don't have a place to store the solar stuff. I don't want to buy all that expensive stuff and just have it out in the weather and for a storm to come through and tear down my temporary little, you know, canopy shed that I got and stuff and destroy the controllers and all that other kind of stuff. That junk is very expensive, so I need to get a permanent structure built to house that type of stuff before I move forward with that. I know I've had a lot of people say, you know, go to Harbor Freight and do this. That will work for like the lighting and stuff like that. I could run like a little small solar deal for the lighting, but that's still not going to run the air conditioner. And right now, the thing that is costing me the most money is running the air conditioner. Before it got to the point where it was so hot I needed to run an air conditioner, the lighting and all the other stuff that I run off the cabin, I have a little small wind 2,250 watt generator that I run. I have 3 generators. I have the 2250, I have the 4550, and I have the 9000. And I don't run the 9000 except to run the well when I need to run the well, because that one's expensive. That one's like $1 gallon an hour. And then I normally run the 4550 because that one's big enough to run the air conditioner plus all the other electric stuff that I use. And that one's not too bad on gas, but it's not great either. It's about 3 gallons every, I would say, 11 hours. But the Wind 2250, that one will run anywhere from 12 to 16 hours depending on load off 1 gallon. That one's really not bad. And when it's not hot like this, like when it's in the fall and the winter and all that other stuff, I can just run that one. And that one will run the lights, the computers, the TV, you know, the fans, everything that I need, that one will run. So summer is really what's kicking my butt, running that air conditioner. But in order to run an air conditioner off solar, it's a pretty decent sized unit that you have to have in order to make that work. And I don't want to just buy anything and buy all these random little solar things. I'd rather start working on buying the system that I'm actually going to put in place. Right now, Tesla's the front runner from my research. I'm still researching. That's another thing too. I'm new to the whole solar thing. I've never done like a big solar system. I've done little stuff like Harbor Freight and stuff like that when I had my 5th wheel in Florida. But I'm new to like the big systems, you know, the big mucho dinero systems, you know. So I'm doing my research right now. And I will start very soon on starting to buy components to start making that happen, because I'm tired of paying all this gas myself. I just don't have $25,000 in my bank to just go buy this whole solar system and set it up. I don't have it. Making this move to Arkansas cost me quite a bit of money. I came here with basically nothing but my boat and a little bit of furniture and stuff like that. No tools, none of that. When I left Florida for Texas, I left everything that I've collected my whole life and pretty much gave it all to my son, because I didn't have space for it and couldn't take it with me when I went to Texas. So I gave him everything I had, all my tools and everything, and kind of gave him one heck of a starter kit to be a man. So I left everything. So I'm starting completely over. I'm having to buy every single thing. Every tool that I have here right now, besides a little small mechanic tool set that I had, is brand new, or I've gotten off Marketplace or a flea market or something like that, but I've had to buy it. I've had to buy every single thing that's at that cabin. I've had to buy that bed and everything like that you see that I brought. I actually bought that when I was in Texas. It did not come from Florida. The only thing I came from Florida with was my boat, my grill, my 4-wheeler, and the F-250 that I was driving at the time. And my camera gear, clothes, stuff like that. That was it. I pretty much started over after my divorce. I left most things with my ex whenever I got the divorce. The only thing that I took in the divorce was my tools. And then I ended up giving them to my son whenever I left. So I pretty much started over. So it all cost a ton of money, which is the reason why I work as hard as I work, trying to rebuild all of that, because the expenses is crazy between living in the economy that we're in right now and having to build and do all of the stuff that I'm doing in the economy that we got right now, and at the same time having to buy every single thing brand new. Every project I do, if I need a tool for it, I have to buy it. So it makes every project cost more. Now, eventually I'll get my tools set up back up there, but you just got to do it in stages. You can't just jump in there. And I spent a lot of money when I moved here, you know, getting Uber and all of that other stuff. All that cost a lot of money. I don't regret buying Uber at all. Uber has been a workforce and a saving grace for me, and that is the biggest tool that I bought, and it's going to last a long time and make my life a lot easier and make me a lot more productive, and also save the old back. So that was a great investment. But again, it cost a lot of money. So I was originally going to get power brought up to the cabin. I wasn't going to do 100% off grid. I wanted to eventually, but not to start with. But then they told me $25,000 to bring power up to the cabin, and I just don't have it. I would rather do solar if I'm going to put that kind of money out. But it's going to take some time to do it. I am going to do a pump house here real soon for the pump, because when you blink your eye, time flies. Winter would be on us, and I don't want that brand new well sitting out there. That's another thing that was a big expense whenever we first got here. Over $7,000 to do my well. And I wasn't expecting that, because there was a shallow well there I was hoping I could use, but that was an unexpected $7,000 expense. And you're going to have that. That's part of it. I'm not complaining, trust me, at all. It's just part of what goes on. So I do have most of the stuff besides the stuff for the walls and the siding for a pump house. I think a 10 by 10 pump house. And the plan is to build the pump house and also build a room while I'm doing that part of the pump house to house the solar. Now, whenever I get that, I will start buying components to start putting in there and start building a solar setup for the cabin. But it's going to have to be a decent sized one. I want a solar setup big enough to run the cabin and also to be able to run a shop, because I need a shop. That's later on down the road, but when you're building your system, you need it to fit the needs for the whole homestead. So it's coming. And also I need to get something that's expandable, because I can't afford to buy it all at one time. I know a lot of people think I'm rich, but trust me, I'm not rich, nowhere near it. So I need something that I can buy and kind of step it up and expand it as I go without just throwing money out the window. I don't want to just throw money out the window. I try to buy stuff that has universal purposes, just like when I redid the kitchen. All of that stuff in the kitchen is shop shelving and stuff like that. So when I build my shop and I redo the kitchen, I can pull all of that shelving out and use it in the shop once I do the kitchen on the inside of the cabin. That way I didn't just waste that money. Yeah, it's expensive, guys. It's expensive. So yes, I will do solar. It is coming. I am actually in talks with a couple of companies. I know a lot of people said the solar generators and stuff like that, and they're great and they work to a degree, and they'll definitely help out a little bit. And I am in talks with a couple of companies right now that want me to review their products. But there's a lot of negotiation and talking and all kinds of stuff and you know, contracts and all kinds of stuff you got to do on the back end to get that moving forward. So I am talking to a few of those, and I will be trying to do that. That will definitely help for sure, especially on the months when I don't have to run the air conditioner. If it wasn't so darn hot in Arkansas, it wouldn't be that bad. But last night at 11 o'clock at night, I got an advisory on my phone, heat index advisory for tomorrow, which is today. It's supposed to be 105 degrees here with a heat index up to 115 all day today. So to try to make it out here without no air conditioner, yeah, it can be done, but look at here, it will be miserable. But I think that'll be my rant for today. I'm almost to work, but I am glad that I can sit there and hang out with you guys again and driving to work like a normal human being. And until we see each other again, guys, hey, come on, keep it real.